Most of your property taxes go to your local school districts. Well, how much is it costing per student in your school district? How are students performing in your school district? Every year, the Illinois State Board of Education releases the Illinois Report Card, and they give highlights that they see happening. But we can also drill down even further and take a look at those numbers. Welcome in. It's Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop. Let's take a look at Illinois School Report Card, and I encourage you to, if you're watching live, share with me now the school district you want to look up, and I'll do what I can to give that a view. But it's pretty easy. You just search Illinois School Report Card, and you'll find this website with the Illinois State Board of Education. They do it every year. Some of the highlights that they put out on this was, and again, you can get the headline at thecentersquare.com. Go to thecentersquare.com, Illinois, and you'll find the latest headline here about the school report card being released. And the headline that they gave is Illinois graduates gain. They are doing better in English. They're doing not as well in math, and they're truant less. So Kevin Bessler analyzing those numbers, and you can get that headline at thecentersquare.com. But let's look at the Illinois report card itself and pull up some of the interesting things that are found in here. So you can take a look at a state snapshot right here. All right, you see that right there, state snapshot. As I try to point virtually here. So the state snapshot, it'll give you an overview of how things look statewide, some of the different types of areas here, academic progress, equity journey continuum, state environment, students, accountability, teachers, administration, retired tests. There are 866 school districts in Illinois. 866 school districts. We always hear about Illinois having the largest number of local taxing bodies. This is one reason adding to the 7,000 plus taxing bodies in the state of Illinois. 866 school districts, 3,800 schools with a graduation rate of 88%. And looks like, various other things that are found on that. But then you can also just go to specific school districts. I'm just going to pull up Chicago, which is always fascinating to take a look at. Because before we do go to Chicago, let's take a look at the state. All right, so the state snapshot. I think under students, let's go to state environment, district finances. All right. So district finances, on average, across the state of Illinois, it's costing the state in instructional spending $11,078 per student. Now, when you include, I believe, instructional spending and other spending, you got to keep the lights on, right? The total is $18,905, so almost $19,000 of per taxpayer, or rather $18,000 per student is what it costs the taxpayer. So that's the average statewide. All right, statewide. But let's take a look at Chicago. So we'll go back to Illinois here and zoom in on this map. And we'll scroll up to Chicago just to see what the largest school district is costing taxpayers. So Chicago School District 299, pull that up, view report, and we'll look at some of the things here as well. District environment, school finances, the expenditures, how much it's costing, the district average, about $16,300 per student. All right, so a little bit. And that might be not the operational, all right? This is spending per student. So that number is not as clear as you may want it to be. But obviously, you look at some of the other schools that are costing per student. Camelot Safe Academy School, $130,000 per student. This is in the Chicago School District, all right? So, that's a lot of money. But how are they doing? How are outcomes? Academic progress in Chicago public schools. 16% progress in science, English language arts, 20%. Some of the math scores you can see here. Science assessments, 37% proficiency. 8th grade passing algebra, less than 30%, but they're graduating 81%. So this again is Chicago. Going back to the home, let's take a look at the state snapshot again, where we'll take a look at academic progress. Statewide, you can see some of these numbers, 53% science assessment, while 29% graduate algebra in 8th grade, 88% on track in 9th grade with an 88% graduation rate. Some people, question, how come there's these high graduation rates when they're not able to, show proficiencies in certain areas? Okay, let's go check out the chat here and see what you guys are wanting to look up. So be sure to send into the chat room live on YouTube each and every weekday morning with America's Talking Network. Let's hear from you. What district you guys want me to look up? I saw some earlier on in the chat, but put those back in there so that we can take a closer look. So Manteno School District 5. Let's take a look at Manteno School District 5. Pull this up. Go home. And hopefully this is also, you guys can look this up yourselves. Just go to Illinois School Report Card. We'll go to Manteno School District 5. All right, so pulling this up. Academic progress. You've got 60% science assessment, 16% passing algebra in 8th grade. Looks like 92% graduation rate, and 95% of 9th graders are on track, according to Illinois School Report Card. What's it costing per student? We'll go check out the district environment, school finances. I think right there on the splash page, though, it talked about $13,000. So you're looking at about $14,000 spending per student. All right, $14,000 per student. Some of the other things, let's see, Champaign Unit 4, somebody's asking for, so we'll go home. Champaign Unit 4, CUSD 4, search. All right, academic progress. Let's just look at the district snapshot, I guess. 18 schools, 82% graduation rate, $17,000 per student, with 35% chronic absenteeism. That's more than a third of the students are chronically absent. Yikes. So that's Champaign Community School District 4. Let's go check out some of the others here. If you guys could put the name of the area, that'll probably help out. But we'll try District 205. Might be, how about if we just do 205? Yeah, see, this is where I'm running into. Okay, so you can see there Elmhurst, Galesburg, Lockport, Rockford. So you got to put the actual name. Peatone 207. Let's see if we can find that one. All right, there it is. CUSD 207. So overview here. 92% graduation rate, $18,000 per student, costing the taxpayers. 21% chronic absenteeism. I don't want to spend too much time on all of this, but I think, hopefully it's instructive to show you can go to Illinois School Report Card and pull up your district's finances and see how they're doing. It's all about accountability, right? What are the education proficiencies? How are students doing? What's it costing per taxpayer, especially as you look at your property tax bill and how that's impacting you? So go check that out, spend some time with it, look up areas that in other areas, maybe tell your friends about it. But a good way to stay informed, especially as a taxpayer. It is Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and join us each and every weekday morning here with Illinois in Focus Daily.